Cadillac on the track.
What's going on, guys? It's Gia here representing Gia's World, and I'm back with another NFL review between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Final score 17-14. You guessed it, the Detroit Lions loss. Again, their third straight loss, back to back. Now, every time I do these reviews, it's always, well, oh my God, how can you say that about Matthew Stafford? Look at his stats. He's amazing. Look at the numbers. Look at the yards. Look what he does during, third and fourth quarter. He is the second half comeback quarterback king. Look at his stats. But here's the thing. Who cares about stats when you can't win games? If you're not winning games, nobody cares about the numbers you put up. Who cares about stats when we barely make it to the playoffs? And when we make it to the playoffs, what are we? A wild card team. Only to go as a wild card team and lose the first game. Who cares about stats when we're not even going to the playoffs, let alone the Super Bowl? Who cares about stats? That's just like me telling you that I'm getting 4.0s all the time, but then when report cards come in, I have E's. Clearly, it doesn't show. So nobody cares about stats if you're not producing wins. Okay? We are 1-3. At the beginning of this season, I was trying to be upbeat, positive, and optimistic. And I was saying things like, you know what? We might be 10-6 and go into the playoffs as a wild card team. 4 weeks in, I don't see it happening. Honestly, we might end up being 1-15 this year. Okay? That's just how embarrassing this is. And mind you, in previous years, we beat Chicago Bears 3 times in a row. But for some reason, this year, that didn't happen. We lost by 3 points. And as usual, it's the same thing game after game. You have a defense that doesn't exist. You have an offensive line that has decided that it's going to collapse and not block for the quarterback. And then you have a quarterback who throws interceptions, who sits in the pocket too long and gets sacked. Then you have a team as a whole that gets all the penalties. I mean, it's almost like, do they even follow the rule book? I mean, this team stays getting riddled by penalty after penalty after penalty. And these penalties are costing us the game. Okay, then we have an organization, the Ford family that owns the Detroit Lions, that refuse to invest in the damn team, refuses to invest in the Detroit Lions franchise. So it's just like you have a conglomerate of mess-ups after mess-ups, and this conglomeration of just BS is what keeps the Detroit Lions being a horrible football team. There we go. There we have it. We need another quarterback. We need new coaching. We need a different organization to actually buy the Detroit Lions franchise, that actually wants to invest in the Detroit Lions franchise so we can have a real comprehensive team that actually wants to play football, actually wants to win games, because this is ridiculous. This is every single season. It doesn't matter who the coach is. You suck. Taking this off. Put that up there. Let it sit there, right? And in fact, every season game, like all of the season game, the tickets should be like 50% off because you suck. At this point, I don't even know why we're rooting for you. Oh, you know when we play the Philadelphia Eagles, we're going to get our butts smashed. You already know that. So let's not even talk about, well, maybe next game. Because it's maybe next game, maybe next season. It's the same thing every single season, every single game, every single year. Final score, 17-14. Congrats.